Hey, this is Brian with NetPicks, author of the High Velocity Wavetrader. What you're about to watch is a real session from our live trading room, the room we trade in every single day. In it, we use the High Velocity Wavetrader to trade the opening bell and capture pent-up order flow that floods into the market in those first few minutes. Let's get into the session. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open for business. There's your long, but that's a pop and pivot. Now you should be on board the long trade. You should be on the long. It broke up through there. Now we need to have some momentum to the upside. Possible shortcoming, but we'll use the trail dots for confirmation. Trail dots plus that pivot. That trade has hit money management and the systematic target. Let's see if it actually hit the adjusted targets close. 27 ticks. Yeah, you should be out of your fixed position now. We broke above the systematic target by 5-6 ticks. Trail stop engaged on the long at 2982.7. Fairly easy trade to execute this morning. Possible second trade coming here on a 3-trader intent sequence to the downside. But there's your trail stop leveled off 2982.7. Let's see if we can get on a runner here to the upside. That would be awesome. We need one of these out of the gate here, 9:30. We've had some good runners on the other windows. Again, trail stops leveled off 2982.7. Now it's going to ratchet up here a little bit as we are breaking this prior pivot. Trade trying to head up in our favor. A little bit choppy, kind of the price action we've seen. It's just back and forth here. But now that trail stop has leveled off 2983.2. We are 1 minute 30 seconds into the window, so we still have the opportunity for a second active setup if it presents itself. Now this trade 40 ticks in our favor from the adjusted entry, a little more from the systematic, about 46. That means you can start to give the trade a little more room if you want to on the trail stop. In other words, you can give it 10% of the overall move, which is 5 ticks at this point. So you would subtract an additional 5 ticks if you want to give it that room to breathe. Just edging up here ever so slightly now. 54 ticks from the setup. Probably 53 if I position this right. Yeah, 53. This is a little bit of a grinder to the upside. It's not a straight move, but hey, it's moving in our favor. That's the key. And we are now over halfway to a potential home run trade. 67 ticks now. And our trail stop's going to move up to 2986.2. Let's see if we can ride this thing for a while. That session high is way up there, 3001.8, way up here. So we've got some clear space to that point. NQ selling off. Going against our little long move here, but not a big sell-off. A couple of good, one good trend rider trade I see. Cover that in a second as soon as this trade's done. Our window is coming to the 3-minute mark here. So we still have the potential for a second short trade at any point. We get a 3-bar sequence to the downside. Michael said the 931 got full target and is trailing. Yeah, 931, I'll take a peek at that, see where that lands. It's going to be very similar in this move here to the upside. So let's take a quick peek for 931 traders. Here's the 931 start. There's your setup. Yeah, like Mike said, target, and it's trailing. It's just going to be in a little bit later into this move. So 930, just for reference, started back here. Had this leg to the upside. So basically 931, you just missed out on this move right here, but you're on board the same move that the 930 is. 930 is going to get to home run status before 931. We're currently 10 ticks away. 90 ticks. We consider a move that goes 100 ticks a home run. So we are now 8 ticks away from a home run potential. Trail stop is going to level off on this one on this particular move, 2988.3. So we just need 8 more ticks for a home run. And let me get some of these. These are lines that are left over from previous sessions. Let me clean those up. All right. Again, just referencing the setup that we started with here at 9:30. Like I mentioned, it was very easy to get in this trade today. And we have leveled off here for the moment at this 92 tick peak with our trail stop at 2988.7. The window is going to close in 8 seconds. So no potential short trade here if we get another 5 seconds, 3, 2, and 1. We are now closed on the 5-minute window for any potential short trade here. We're going to ride this one as long as possible. We would have done that anyways. So another little peek up now, 5 ticks away from a home run status. Just this is what I call a grind to the upside, but hey, we're staying in this trade with our trail stop, currently 2989.0. 5 ticks away from home run status. Give me 5 more ticks, please. Again, this is the point at which you can give the trade a little more room to breathe. 10% of the move at this point would be 9 additional ticks. So you could subtract 9 ticks from the trail stop and give it more room to potentially continue on further. Antonio, how was your execution this morning? There we go. Home run status on this trade. That's what we like to see out of the gate. While this trade wasn't straight up, it's not bad. It's got some really decent movement here to the upside. 108 now from our setup. Could we get a grand slam? Grand slam would be 200 ticks. We got a little bit of distance to go. Let's see how far away that session high is from this point. 75 ticks, and then we're gonna be dealing with that. If we get up there, it is likely we're going to get a big rejection. So just keep that in mind. So our grand slam is in a little bit of jeopardy in that regard because we got to get up through that session high. 131 now from our setup way back here. This leg looking the best so far of the moves we've seen to the upside here on the Russell. Our trail stop now leveled off at 2992.3. Good trend rider trade. I can pop over to that in a second, but we'll keep an eye on this one. All right, Antonio, good to hear. So I'm going to cover some things in the Trade Assist Q&A today. I had a long conversation with Antonio last night about his setup and some tuning things that you can do to make sure if you're using a VPS, it's running optimal. So I'm going to cover that today in the Q&A just to make sure as a reminder. I think we sometimes forget to advise people on making sure that they have the chart set up the best way they can be when you're running the PA. There's research time and then there's execution time. So we were able to identify a few things he could try in the mix. All right, so we've leveled off at 131 trail stop on this trade at 2992.6. Do we have any more gas to get to the upside? Antonio, did you trade all your PAs on the 930 this morning? And did they all execute properly? Awesome. Good deal. All right, there we go. That trade now complete. And we are done. Great trade. For about 8 minutes of work, 92 ticks from this systematic entry, a little bit less from our adjusted entry. But there you go. That's really what the High Velocity Wavetrader is all about. Putting ourselves in that position to capture a move. We don't know when it's going to come. But we did exactly the same thing we've done for 10 plus years this morning at the start. So there you go. Here's the full breakdown of this session's trade. The High Velocity Wavetrader is a simple method designed to capture pent-up order flow that comes into the market right at the open. We trade 2 contracts, one on the fixed and one on the trailing position. You do have the option to run 2 on the fixed and 2 on the trail. That carries a little more risk. We've been trading this system for over 10 plus years. If you'd like more information about the High Velocity Wavetrader, email us at info@netpicks.com. If you're ready to get signed up, that information is on the closing slide. Thanks and good trading to you.